are live. We are live. Really? That was so cute. Like, so there's all these like updates on StreamYard. I didn't even know that you just click Glow Live. It says play intro. I think it does like an outro too. But I think you can set it to not have an intro and an outro. But isn't it amazing how even technology keeps evolving?
Evolving and
Yes.
updating. Yes.
All the time.
And
And
really, really fast.
this was
Really
not
fast.
like
It's
this.
like we could think it and then it's done.
Right.
Yep. I mean, just a few days ago, this was not like that. So I'm just saying, like StreamYard just did that's a major update.
Wow.
You know, I thought I think about it. My dad, my brother, and my dad both when they preach, they talk about how people get so stuck. Like they go to you know, how people used to get mad if you were sitting in a church seat in church and stuff like that.
Yes, people still do.
They sure do.
Now, there's an area that we like to sit in, and it's really only because it's open. Like the area that we like, because we like to move around and dance and worship and stuff like that.
Right.
But I wouldn't be tripping if I got there and somebody was sitting there. I would just go find me another area, right? But,
Yep.
Sideways.
but people really don't like change, and they don't
Nope.
like evolution, and so we get, you know, oftentimes because we're afraid of the unknown. Right, which is why people remain in those comfort zones and in those places where, what's up, Lashana, where life is just like on like the movie Groundhog Day, where he kept waking up and the next day it was the same day all over again.
Yes.
I
Oh my God.
cannot imagine
Uh-uh.
living a life like that. I don't know. I cannot. Let me tell y'all something. I'm reading. You know, I have so many books. And the other day I picked up, this is one of my favorite books, The Motivation Manifesto by Brendan Burchard, 9 Declarations to Claim Your Personal Power. And in the chapter where he's talking about, first of all, it says permission is not required. So I like, the Holy Spirit let me hear the other day for that reason. And then it was talking about abundance being at hand. There isn't enough time. There aren't enough resources. The economy is bad. No one is making it anymore. There's not enough to go around. These are the cries of those blind to the universe's abundance. All those who have won major life victories have found that all the resources needed to win are within, and that most knowledge needed to succeed is required only after action. Let us join their ranks and remember these truths. We do not need more time. We need a stronger reason to act so that we use time more effectively. We do not need to await more resources. We need to act, and we will find abundance comes to us. We do not need to wait for the perfect conditions. We will find perfection in progress. We do not need to ask in order to receive. We need to give in order to receive. For in giving, we are given to. We cannot timidly await, or we cannot timidly wait for everything to fall into our laps. We will receive only as we rise and march. For destiny turns its ear to those without fear. Destiny turns its ears to those without fear. These truths form the mindset of readiness and abundance that is needed to advance one's life. The successes of this world are often people who started from scratch. Although they had limited resources, they started anyway. They built businesses and careers not because they were lucky. Everything that they needed to succeed would ultimately intersect with their actions.
What's that called?
I need to get that.
The Motivation Manifesto. Right there, interact with their actions. They knew that moving forward meant attracting attention, reward, and investment. They believed in abundance. Contrast this mindset with that of those driven by scarcity because they believe there is never enough. They never act.
Yep.
The entrepreneur who cannot see himself becoming wealthy chooses not to execute his ideas. The executive who believes the power will always be too small refuses to mentor others because he'll be threatened if that person shall ascend. The leader of a nation who fears others will take more than they give closes his borders, her borders, or limits her trade policy. With mindsets of scarcity, they will make choice after choice to self-protect, to delay, to limit, to steal, to stop. And so let the notion of scarcity leave us completely. All that we need is abundantly within us, and all good things will be attracted as we act in accordance with our dreams. It is but our own vision, will, resourcefulness, and discipline that is needed to begin. These will never be in scarce supply unless we choose to abandon them.
Mm.
Wow. Wow.
Is that just one page?
That was one page.
What?
Wow.
That was one page.
My.
Wow.
I thought about us reading this for our next
That's a
book.
good one.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
It'll take us probably all year to get through that book, just in one page. Like
That was
you
one
right,
page.
Dr. Bramwell. By the time she break down the words and God uses her, Lord.
Yeah, and
Yes.
this book is only like 200 and something, 200 and like 30 something page, 230 pages.
Wow.
So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I kept asking the Holy Spirit, and I was like leaning somewhere else. And I promise you, the Lord just kept leading me to this book. So here's the 9. Let me give you the 9 declarations, and maybe y'all can tell me if y'all like, oh yeah, Nina, come on, this is it, right? Here's the 9.
Boy.
Here's the 9 declarations. Let me. 1, meet life with full presence and power. 2, reclaim your agenda. 3, defeat your demons. 4, advance with abandon. 5, practice joy and gratitude. 6, do not break integrity. 7, amplify love. 8, inspire greatness. And 9, slow time.
Absolutely. 100%.
Wow, absolutely, right?
This book right here, y'all, I used to carry it around like this.
Good.
And I remember I bought one, and I took a trip to Miami, and somebody stole my notebook and the copy that I had of this book.
Oh, wow.
And I was devastated. But I cried about that notebook probably for about a month, because you can't replace your thought. Like, you can't replace your thoughts.
No.
And one of my journals in Miami, somebody stole my journal, and this book was with my journal, and they stole them both.
Wow.
So, ladies, how y'all doing?
They needed it. They needed it.
They did, but
They needed it more than you did. They needed
Yeah.
it. I know, but that wasn't the right way to go about it.
It certainly wasn't. I was devastated. Like devastated.
Wow.
That's deep.
Yeah, because
Ladies, what's going on? We need everybody to tag and share, because like we got the doctors in the house tonight. We need y'all to tag.
go, and we're ready. This is my time
We
of
are
night.
ready.
This is my
We
time.
are ready. First of
Hold
all,
on, because I'm trying to order the book. Hold on.
oh,
Listen, I was over here looking too.
Wait a minute.
I found it.
So yes,
I've
I
ordered
found
it
it.
right now.
All right. Brendan Bouchard is really, really great. He's really like the book is amazing. I'll tell you, I want freedom for the full expression of my personality. Mahatma Gandhi. It's a great book. It's a great book. So, I mean, I've got so much of this book already in highlights. Like,
Wow.
yeah, it was a pinnacle. It was a pinnacle book for my life. It was.
Say the title one more time, please.
The Motivation Manifesto. We must remember that the power to direct our destiny comes only from a mindset that makes us willing to struggle through learning, effort, and growth. But that's the thing. That is the key. See, we weren't even supposed to talk about this. We thought it was the right, but here's the key. People run from struggle.
They do.
We run from the first sight of it ain't going to be easy.
Yep.
Yep.
But that's why we stay stuck, because we don't want to get uncomfortable and we don't want to go through anything.
Well, and we want it to go really, really fast. So if we have to go through it, then make it go fast. Like,
well, the thing is that we're
run under the water.
We're selective because there's hard things that we will go through, like
Right.
childbirth. We will go through that because we know what is going to happen on the other side. It's the hard things that we're unsure of how it's going to turn out. That's what we're running away from.
But that's
But
the thing.
in childbirth, we don't know. We don't know what's
Right.
going to
I
happen.
mean, we don't know, but we have an idea that it's just
You
going to be
think
this
you know.
beautiful baby.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. So do we really believe? Because if we
Yes.
follow what this just said, let me go. Want me to go back?
Yes.
This clearly said belief. It said because they believe there is never enough, they never act. So,
That's right.
Yes.
so is it really boiled down to? It's not that we don't think it's going. We just don't believe. So you believe that when you go to have that baby, it's going to be all right on the other side. You believe,
Yes.
That you're
But-
coming home with the baby.
but you don't believe. You don't believe
Mhm.
that. So people that lack, so contrast the mindset with that of those who are driven by scarcity, right? A person who's driven by scarcity believes that there's never enough.
Mhm.
And then it says they knew that moving forward meant the success of the world are often people who started from scratch. Although they had limited resources, they started anyway. The problem with people that don't, they think that someone who has success had it made, that there was nothing
Yes.
hard. They think that it was all. Michael Jordan didn't start off great.
Mm-mm.
He got
Well-
cut.
Well, how about what's going on with Huda right now? Oh, she's running for 21 million. Like, doesn't she know? And you know, how about all the hungry people and whatever? You don't know what she went through, and you just see her success now. You don't know what she paid along the way and what value she has provided in that time. It's incredible. But you're telling her she should be grateful.
Gary V was talking. Me and Paul were watching the video of him yesterday or the day before. I sent it to Paul rather, and you know, Gary V uses flowery words. I don't care. I listen to him because I enjoy his energy, right, and his positivity. And he said, me using curse words doesn't change the power of what I say.
It doesn't.
And you know, I will say this: Caucasians can do different than us. Because if I was to sit on here and call and say MNFs and all of this stuff, that, you know, I would lose my following, right?
Yeah.
But he said, people that are sitting around broke, you're choosing to be broke. He said, go in your closet, go in your basement, go to a thrift store, put that stuff for sale online. He said, you need $5,000 to sit in your house, sit in your basement, it's sitting in your garage, it's sitting in your closet. And he said that. So when we think about what this says, people don't understand that most successful people started with nothing. They didn't have the resources. They didn't see the way, right? And then it says they built businesses and careers not because they were lucky or not because they even knew what they were doing, but because they believed that everything they needed to succeed would ultimately intersect with their action. So what happens is we think we're waiting for something to show up before we make a move. Because you don't believe. Because if you believe, you would just believe that as I do this thing, everything else is going to intersect with my action.
Right. That's the key word, believe in action.
I was actually talking about that this morning on my live. I don't know why it hit me, but I was like, the 10,000 steps are symbolic of you moving into what you want. And I really felt that really heavy today, I guess, because of all the things that I've dealt with over the last week. And I said, but we got to keep moving. You can't just sit back because you're walking toward it. It's waiting for you. You have to get to it. You have to keep moving, and then it moves closer to you. You get closer. And that just came on me really, really strong today. And I said, these steps mean more than just, not that it's not important about our heart health and about our physical health, but it is about our overall health, like, and our success and our meeting our goals, it just encompasses all of that. And we need to use it in that way. I bet you we make more steps if we continue, if we think about it that way.
Does anybody notice that if you have a concern or something on your mind when you start walking, that after that, like first lap, you don't remember what you were stressed about or whatever was like rehearsing in your
That
mind?
is so true.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You get energized.
Very much so.
You get energized, and then you just you're like walking. Oh, and then I notice I start smiling and laughing more when I'm talking while I'm walking, because I just you feel so much better. It does. It liberates you.
They're asking me on Instagram what's the name of the book, Motivation Manifesto.
Listen, we'll never get through that book. We just read a few sentences, and
I
know. That's what I said. Listen. We'll be breaking. We'll have a lot of ouchaluyas, and we'll be on one page for a whole book
for a long time. Yep, it'll be one chapter a month.
So this is a great comment from someone on Instagram. They said Princess Pabio says the universe doesn't speak English. I get it. Right? But frequency, whatever you emit into the universe, or, is what the universe will give back to you. We are stagnant because we don't see us succeeding. Living in abundance is a mindset, and working towards the mindset that we carry, right? We are all co-creators of our own destinies with God himself. Yes, all that you need to succeed is within you. To acknowledge who you are, what it's all about. You know what? We thought this was about something different, but stay on right here with us, because so y'all know what to do. Y'all did not let us know where you're logging in from, what city, what state, what country. I know that we kind of got off to a great start, right? As we led. So anyway, this is the next book for book club.
Yes,
it's official.
Mine will be here Saturday.
It's official. Motivation Manifesto, 9 declarations to claim your personal power. All right, your personal power.
That's awesome.
And that is, I love what I do. Let me tell you how I love what I do. I love what I do because I love what we do, right? But I can only speak from my own personal experience, because I know I was talking to Paul yesterday. He was talking about they do a men's Bible study on Wednesdays at like 1:00 with my dad. And he was talking about the engagement of the men and things like that. And I was like, well, because you have to communicate with them. I said, you have to communicate with them outside of the Bible study. He was like, we do. We got to chat. And I was like, that's not what I said. I said, you need to communicate with them, meaning y'all need to be FaceTiming each other. And I said, why do you think that I have the relationship that I have with the people that I work with? I said, I have that relationship with them because people can text anything. But when there's a face-to-face conversation, even if we're not in the same city or state, there's a different level. You have to use these virtual means for us. And I mean, you might not be all the time, but I mean, just start a group chat and just, say, hey, fellas, or whatever. I'm gonna start a FaceTime chat. If you could jump on, hey, I just dropped by to check in on everybody. Like, how y'all really doing?
Right.
Because people can text you anything, but you can see in their faces when there's something else, and then it develops a different level of knowing, like how Adam said to know, right, that I may know her. That he knew Adam, knew Eve. And when you're looking at covenant relationships, you cannot just do that. It just can't be that. There has to be those times when you're nurturing people, coaching people. Like, that's why I did all of my coaching is always on Zooms. It's on Zooms or it's on FaceTimes. Now FaceTime is just so much more easier when people have iPhone capabilities or whatever the case may be, because I need to be able to see you. I need to see how something, like if I'm coaching on fashion, because I dress people. And there's a lot of things that I do that people don't even know that I do. Y'all, I will call someone and I'll ask them for permission. I got permission to share something with you. Don't wear that again. Don't do that again. That is not flattering, right? And I tell people, because it's all a part of helping a person to become and evolve, because just because they make it in your size doesn't mean that we should wear it.
Right.
And that's small or big or large. Like,
Absolutely.
I don't wear everything because it's in my size.
Mm-mm.
No, and I don't
agree.
buy something just because if it said large and I needed to buy it. Not that I would need to buy a large unless it came from probably Alibaba or something like that. But what I'm saying is I don't get hung up on the size either.
Right.
What do I wear fit-ems. If
Yep.
it fit, I wear it. Right?
Yep, that is very
So
true.
this walking,
Mhm.
ladies, we're on day 50,
60.
80.
I'm on 60.
I'm
This
on
day
60.
60.
We're on 60.
We're on 60.
Yes, 60.
Oh, well,
Today
we're
is day 60.
Oh wow! And I have. Let me see. Let's give everybody our totals. Right now, I'm at 15,116 steps for the day.
Oh, you know,
Y'all,
I
I'm
don't have
so
my watch
behind
on. It's
today.
at 10,350, but I hit this earlier and I took my watch off, so I don't know where I'm.
Oh, Lord.
You know, I put it on the charger. You know,
We're in my walking time right now.
This
oh,
is
this
your
is
right.
walking time.
This is my walking time. I walk
Well, you
across
can walk in
from the
place
house.
while we talk.
Yeah, just walking.
No, not in place. I walk outside.
Oh,
Oh,
right
Across
now.
from my house, yeah, because there's just a retention area and there's a sidewalk, a straightaway sidewalk, which I get a lot of steps in really, really fast because it's a straightaway, and I stay under the street lights.
So,
Mhm.
Dr. Bramwell, while we got you, because I know you want to get to walking, what can you talk about some of the benefits of walking these 10,000 steps?
Yes, and I did research, right?
Of course you do.
So, first of all, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and
I
so
got
I
some
wanted
cute
to find
designs.
something for that.
I
And
got
so
some cute shirt designs too, ladies.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
Mhm.
Cool.
I'll take one.
So 10, you can reduce your risk of breast cancer by 10 to 25% with increased physical activity, walking included. Everybody thinks that you need to run and you need to get on the elliptical and you need to, no, but you can 10 to 25%. That's huge. Huge, huge, huge. And so you can also increase your white blood cells to help fight off infection if you're walking.
White
Wow.
blood.
Benefit of walking. Premenopausal, postmenopausal women, both sets benefit to decrease breast cancer risk
Wow.
with walking, and you can reduce, if they've been diagnosed, they can reduce recurrence and death.
Wow.
Wow.
By walking. Physical activity. It is important to move. You have got to move. And the biggest thing about that is that lots of people, like, you have family history, and although it's really important to find out if there's family history, because then your risk increases, but only 10% of breast cancer occurrence happens with associated family history. So that means 90% of the people that develop breast cancer, and breast cancer does occur in men, 90% have no family history. That's the majority of the people that have breast cancer. Okay, and 1 to 2% men, breast cancer is in men, actually. And I actually personally know someone.
I do too.
Yeah, so it does happen. So I think that that's really, really huge. Oh, my dog is visiting. Okay. He just burst in the door. But I think that that's really important because we don't realize that things like this, like walking, can actually help make that type of impact. And I know so many women that have been diagnosed with breast cancer personally. The first person that I knew really was when I graduated from medical school, and she was in my class. That was not good. And so It's really, really important. So that's not the only thing, but I just figure we should talk about that and mention that in the in Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So
Yeah.
ladies, do mammograms. But the walking, I mean, yes, weight loss, of course, everybody knows that. And saving your knees and your back and what have you, because you're not doing the impact of the running. And you get outside and you can see different things and what have you. It can even be social. You can meet people because other people are out there walking, even people that are not necessarily walking for exercise, but you walk by lots of people. I'm surprised at how many people are walking outside, like on the highway, I'm like, what are you doing over there? I don't even think it's legal to walk on the highway, but you see people walking everywhere. So you
see
can
it in Georgia.
here. Yeah. And there are no, there are hardly any sidewalks in Florida and Georgia, right?
Right.
So
No.
they're very scarce. So just really, really important I think walking is just huge, and you can do so many things during walking. So you're strength training. A lot of people, I have my arms, and I do know that my arms are what they're supposed to be, what I want them to be. So that's like one of my strong points. But people think that I lift a lot of weights. I actually carry 1 to 2 pound hand weights, and I do arm exercises. In Florida, you got to do it in the shade. So I do it in the shade. So you can get your exercise in and walking in whenever, and you can do it according to time. I would say, I only have 30 minutes. So I walk out 15 minutes and I walk back 15 minutes. You make it. Oh my. I don't know what's going on. All right. You gotta get out. Out. He's fighting with himself. Out.
Right.
That sounds like a big dog.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes, it does.
I've never heard him do that before. That's so weird. But anyway, yeah. So I don't even remember what I was saying. Anyway,
walking.
Yes.
Not just that, your mental capacity, like your mental health.
Sure.
Your mental health, because people who I know, when I was struggling with depression, as at my 300-pound self, as that version of me. When I was struggling with depression, when you're depressed, you stay in the house, you stay in the dark, you stay alone. And an idle mind is the devil's workshop. And when you get out and you start walking, you start, it's like you feel happy. After you start walking, the vitamin D. And so mental health is vitally important. I'm seeing more people suffering with mental illness. We didn't see that growing up.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, mental illness is this, this major thing.
Especially after the pandemic, because so many people you stayed inside, right? So no air,
less interaction.
Less interaction. You're not walking or doing anything like that activities. So your stress hormone is up. Your stress hormones go up. And your happy hormones don't get stimulated, which is what your endorphins. And yes, endorphins get released in walking, not just running. Okay. Everybody talks about the runner's high. Let me tell you, I never got the runner's high. I do not like to run, except for if I'm playing a game. If I'm playing volleyball, basketball, no problem. Just running. It's just not my thing. I can walk to the ends of the earth, though.
It ain't never been my thing. Now I'm trying to do a little jog while I'm out there, and at some points, just because my trail is not straight, it kind of like it's doing that.
So you try to get it over with.
When I'm going down, I actually just go ahead and jog it down.
Yes.
Because, why not? Until I get where it's getting ready to go back a little bit up on the incline, I jog that whole side down to kind of speed up in my walking time. But I feel amazing. So I'm looking at you ladies, and we're 60 days in to walking 10,000 steps a day. And I want to ask you, because I'm seeing physical differences. And so we can tell who's been walking 10,000 steps a day since day one. Because there's no way, if you've been doing 10,000 steps a day and moderately eating, not all the way, because no matter what, you can't outwork a bad diet.
No,
Right.
you
I
can't.
was sharing that with Jasmine last night. Like, you're young, you should be losing weight faster than us. You got to cut your carbs. Like, you gotta modify how you're eating and your intake so that you can lose weight faster. I'm seeing I see massive difference in myself. I see massive difference even in those of us that were smaller. I can see more definition in Tedra. I see it in Dr. Dunn. I see it in you, Dr. Bramwell. And Alicia,
She's just skinny.
goodness gracious.
I know.
It's like every week we're watching her get smaller and smaller and
You can
shrink.
tell.
Her
Yeah.
size.
You talk,
Her face is
But she
like,
still has her shape. Like, it's so amazing.
Like a brick house.
Yes. Look at that neck, girl.
yes, the neckline.
Good for you.
Right. So I want to ask you all to kind of answer, like, take us back to what you felt like that first week when we started the 10,000 steps, and what you're feeling like now. Why do you feel like everyone should join our 1 million mission to walk 10,000 steps, 100 days, and use our 1 million kit? Kind of take us to where you were. I guess we'll start with Tedra and go around. What frame of mind did you have that first week when we started it? And how do you feel now, 60 days later? Wow, we're almost done 100 days, but we're going to keep going. All right, Tedra, go.
Yes. Yes. So thank you all for letting me share. I appreciate being here. And I just wanted, for me, so y'all are, most people know I was already working out. Let me say that, okay? But there is a difference in what I was doing with my workouts, because most of my workout was more like strength training versus walking per se. I mean, I would get on the treadmill and all of that. But when we first started the 10,000 steps, I said to myself, wait a minute, 10,000 steps? I said, we're going to do that every day? Now, y'all know I have a job. I'm sitting at my desk a lot during the day. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, you got to figure out how you can make sure you can get these steps in, because I'm not going to be the weak link, okay? Y'all won't be saying Tedra her 10,000 steps, and this is friendly competition now. So that first week, it was a little rough, I'm going to tell you, because it was like, whoo, okay, we using some other muscles, and not that I wasn't sore from regular workouts, but I will say my endurance was not as strong as it is now. So when I first started walking, although I was already working out, I noticed my endurance was not as good as it needed to be. I will also say my mind, even with taking the products, wasn't as opened up as it is now, because when you get outside and you walk, it's like everything just illuminates, like your creativity, the seeing the outside, and just watching everything manifest itself as you're walking. You see so many things. So from when we started to day 60, I feel amazing. Like, if I don't have my steps in early, it's like, Lord, okay, now what else we going to do to get these steps in? Because it cannot be almost 12 o'clock and we get these still working on these steps. So I would say to anybody, listen, do it however you can. It does make a difference. You feel better. I can even see with myself, like certain areas of my body have different definition than it did before. So I do see all of that. I feel like my skin has improved. I mean, it's just so many things that have been happening. And I feel like I'm even connecting with people better, because I feel like I'm more creative from walking. So different thoughts come to my mind as I'm walking. So I would say definitely get out there, do it. You can start off small if you can't get to the 10,000, because I don't want anybody to be discouraged. Like, when you first start, you may only be able to do 3,000, 4,000. Build up to it, because I promise you, once you get started, it becomes, I'm going to use the word addictive for lack of a better word, and you're going to want to continue to do it. And I will say definitely our products help us with our journey, because I feel like that B Cardio and Elevate just opens me up in the morning, and it just lets me get into my flow, and it's up from there. So thank you for letting me share.
Awesome. That's amazing. That's awesome. But you're right. I know what I felt like that first week too, and that was in pain. Like, I was like, my feet was hurting. My eyebrows was hurting. My eyelash was hurting. Week number one. Dr. Dunn, what you got to say? Oh, and you know what? Wait. Everybody doesn't know us on here. Hey, Monique.
Oh, I'm
Everybody
sorry.
doesn't know us on here. Tedra's 52.
Oh, yeah,
I'm 52. Right?
Yeah.
I want everybody to know your ages because especially on Instagram, we're live on Instagram as well. They don't know us. So they don't
Right.
know you. You know, some of them know me, but we're not in our 20s. Okay.
Yeah, we're not no
For
spring
sure.
chickens. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Well, hello. Thank you for allowing me to share. So I'm 42, probably the youngest one on here, 42.
Yes.
And in the beginning, so unlike Miss Tedra, I was not a workout person. So when they came out with this challenge, I'm like, okay, that's fine. Because my watch only said 4,000 at the end of the day on a regular day, right? Because I sit at my kitchen table all day, like I'm usually driving in the car all day. You know, if we did our Saturday morning workouts, I did that. When we were doing our Epic 5, I did that. But I just wasn't a person to work out ever, not just right now, but ever. So I said, okay, I can do this. Like if I put my mind to it, I can do anything. So we just started doing it throughout the day, just getting it done. I got till midnight, right? So I get up and then I'm walking, and by 7, 8 o'clock, I'm like, oh my God, I'm only at 5. Let me hurry up. And I said, I got to do better. I got to get this done like early in the day, because once 11 o'clock hit, it's over. Phone rings, meetings, pick up kids, practice, dinner, like all of this is a distraction for me to get my steps in. So I said, I'm going to get home, taking from getting the kids to school, and I'm just get it done that early. So that's what I've been doing since week 2. The first week I was sleepy. I wasn't eating. Like the walk, it was just so different for my body, right? I didn't know what was happening, y'all. But that week 2, it just started to feel so good. It was almost like if I don't do it, like I'm going crazy. Like I need to go get my steps in, right? It's like, I don't know if anybody else felt, I was getting anxiety. Like if I didn't get it done, it was like, I have to get it done. And it's just been amazing. It's been exhilarating for me. I don't think, even after the 100 days, I don't think I'll stop, just because of the discipline has changed in my life because of the steps. Because if I can go ahead and get this done, I can go ahead and get other things done too. And just being out again, like you said, the world just opens up like while you're out there. Like, so I'll put on, if I'm listening to a book, any personal development, I'll put my gospel music on. Maybe that's my time, prayer time, like whatever is happening, like I do it in that time. And it's just so much come to me. This week, I've been listening in the Bible app, the book of Proverbs, while I'm walking. So it's just different things that I've been doing to just better my life, like while I'm walking. You know, it just feels amazing. I just love it. So yes, in the beginning, to 20 minutes, I'm huffing and puffing. I was never like a sweater. And then I was like, all this sweat, like it was just so different. It was just so different for me. I was like, what is happening? Then when I took my braids out, I was like, what's happening with my hair? It was just so much, but we figure it out, right? I'm not going to stop. So it's been just amazing. I drink my B-Cardio and Elevate every morning just to kind of open up my blood vessels, get my oxygen going. If I feel a certain day that is just not a good day, I'll just take some O2 drops just to get a little extra. And, you know, I make sure I take my CBD oil at night because, you know, I am 42 and stuff be hurting, you know, all that walking.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yes, you do.
Girl, you amazing.
No, I know, I understand, but it do start.
No, I get it. So you know what's so crazy is I want to say this before Alicia comes on. We need people to understand that we made the decision 60 days ago, but every day we make the decision.
Yes,
every day.
Every day. Because
Every single day.
Today, I did not feel like
Baby.
Oh, me either.
Today was one of them days that I was like, "Are you sick?" Like, and
It
I
must
had
have been
so
in the
much to
atmosphere.
accomplish this morning. I was sitting there, and I'm like trying to get stuff done and content and stuff for the team, and and I'm like, the time is just getting later because I get to the trail by 7:30. Like, I'm there in the parking lot. But when I sit, I'm like, if I don't get this stuff done, then I have to. Then it's much later in the day before my content, is ready and things like that, and stuff that I got to send out and loading my stories and stuff that I have to do for my business and my content. But every day, so I'm forcing myself, willing myself to get out there to walk. We don't want you to think, y'all, that every single moment we're happy about it.
We are. I sit in my car like, do I want to do this now or at all? Like, it's raining. It's just all those things. I have been out in the rain sprinkling. Like, I have to get this done, and I know it's getting colder in Michigan. I'm up north. So it's like, I'm not going to be able to keep walking outside. I love walking outside, but I've already made provisions. Like, my husband has a fitness center with his work. I said, I need you to take me up here and get me on the lifts, because when it gets cold, I still have to get my walk done. So when I take the kids to school, I'm just going to drive over there. I'm not going to come home, because I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go right over there and get it done. So I'm already planning ahead to still stay successful in our walk to millions.
Yes.
I asked Paul last night, what I got to wear while I'm outside when it get cold to walk? And he was like, well, how cold you talking? And I'm like, cold. Like, when it's cold, I said, not like 20 degrees cold. I said, but until I just can't take the cold, like, no more, what I got to do? He's like, well, you got to wear your I was like, North Face. I said, North Face? How about that, right? He was like, well, there's some different kind of tight leggings you got to wear while you're outside, so the wind is not, like, breaking through your leggings.
Right.
Okay, well, we got to find those. I said, yeah, we're going to find those. So, right. All right, Alicia, what you got for us?
Listen. So yeah, I'm 54, of course. I'll be 55 next month, and it was a struggle for me. I was working out, and plus I have a personal trainer, and it was a struggle to start. Not in my brain. I wanted to do it because of the community. I had committed to doing it, but I got a blister on the bottom of my foot. I mean, it started out rocky, because I had purchased like 3 new pair of shoes for my workout routine that I was doing at the gym with the elliptical and the treadmill. But I wasn't doing like more than 30 minutes on either. But so I was still in the process of testing out shoes. I had bought 2 new pair, but I had bought a total of about 5 pair of shoes. Well, one of the pairs I chose did not work out. I ended up with a blister on my foot, but I still walked. I figured out how to walk to where it wasn't in pain. But when I tell y'all, when I would get off of those walks, some days I'd have to take a nap. I don't take naps. But I would be so tired, I would have to take a nap. And then as I kept doing it, my stamina increased, and I was able to I went from 10,000 steps to 17,000. Some days I got 20,000. And I was like literally going from, Lord, please help me, to, I got this, let's do this. So, but I do have that. Today was a rough day for me. It must have been in the atmosphere. Yeah. I laid down later than I normally lay down. I just did not feel it at all today. And I even started to contemplate, like, maybe I'll do it tonight. When I was like, no, let me do it this morning. But
I was going to stop. I was going to stop at my 3rd lap. So when I got to the trail this morning, I already had 1,200 steps. So I was like, I'm a little bit ahead of the game, right? Because what I've been doing in the morning when I get up, I've always done that. But what I've done different this week, so that I get to the trail and I'm like already at about 1,000 steps, is I put on some upbeat worship music, and while I'm brushing my teeth, I'm kind of like dancing and stuff like that. So that when I get to the trail, I'm like, okay, I can honestly just kind of do like 4 laps, and then I'm only walking a little bit. I don't have to do like a whole nother half. So, right. But at the 3rd lap, I was like, well, maybe I'll just end it here, and then I'll just finish throughout the day. And then I said, let me just start praying. Let me go live and pray. Yeah. But once I started that, I forgot that I was even walking.
Right. Yeah, well, that wasn't my plight today. I did 2 of them, and I went at 7,000 steps. I was back at the house. I've never done that the entire time we've done this, the 60 days. but I did not have it in me. I don't know if it was mental. It's just a lot been going on with me. But today I'm like today right now, y'all, I'm only at 9,600.
Oh, well,
I will finish it before the night is over.
Yeah,
But
you're an
I mean,
hour
it was
behind.
just that type of day, and I shared it on my live. I mean, I was like, I'm having a rough
It's
day.
one of those days.
Yes,
Yes.
but like you said, I kept saying I'm making a decision
That's
to
right.
keep my word. And today it was more about my community and people, my teams, my group of people that are looking at me, that I'm inspiring, that sending me text messages telling me to keep going or commenting on my posts telling me to keep going. It was
And we
about
can
that.
see.
And the commitment to my peeps. You what?
And we can see you. Accountability. Oh, like
Oh,
really?
and
Yo,
I
you
didn't
know,
even think
walking,
about
huh?
that. I really don't never think
You
about
didn't
that.
see it. Oh
But
no,
I
we
was
can see
I'd
like,
it.
be like, oh, she must be busy today.
no,
I know,
yeah.
because Alicia,
But today it was like, yeah, but today it was a struggle, and it was just a lot. But I made a decision to do it, and so I'm at 9,600. Of course, I will finish before the day is out. But the walking has given me, for me, more than physical. Of course, my body is coming in intact. I've lost several inches. I mean, I can't even keep up with what's going on right now.
Yeah.
My clothes are really loose, and shirts that I couldn't fit. My bras, I'm putting it on the second notch, right?
Yep.
The second row. And I mean, small victories. I don't call them small. I mean, they're great
That's
victories,
big.
but
Victory.
but I feel good. I feel amazing. My sleep is through the roof. I mean, of course, I do our sleep and restore capsules. I'm just, yeah. So I mean, the products and then the walk-in. My cognition is good. I'm more with it. My memory, and I
Mhm.
just feel mentally, I feel sound. I mean, I've experienced some great stress over the past 3 weeks, and I've been able to process it as I'm walking, and I can really think through it, and I feel amazing. Like by the time I'm done walking, I'm like, okay, what's next? I can really like debunk those thoughts and keep going. And so it's been mentally, it's been the best benefit right now. I mean, I have benefited in other ways, but mentally has been the best one for me. Yep.
That's so good.
That's
That's
great.
so good. So when we're getting ready to, I know Dr. Bramwell told us how she felt when she opened us up, and she gave those great, because she did a research, okay,
yes.
about why the walking is so vitally important to our overall health and wellness. Now we have a wellness cocktail that we utilize every morning. This is our
Yes.
1 million kit. Now, this is a mystery pack, y'all. This is a mystery pack. This is a
Wow.
mystery pack. So, this does have the 7-day supply of our B Cardio, and it has a 7-day supply of our
Yes.
Elevate drink.
Mhm.
So we mix them together, and they go into 16 ounces of water, and it tastes amazing.
Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing.
I mean, y'all, I never thought that wellness could taste so good, because I've always had products that were disgusting when they were good for you, right?
Right.
These are so good, and we're not making any medical claims. We're only going to state the testimonies and the facts. All right.
Yep.
As we talk about these two products right here, I went through menopause early, but I am having menopause symptoms now. Even though I went through menopause several
Mhm.
years ago, right? I'm having the symptoms now, and I am so grateful for these, especially this,
Yes.
but the magnesium, the potassium, and I'm grateful for this too. This right here is
Absolutely.
insane. My hair is growing in real good. But Dr. Bramwell, I figured since we have you here, everybody listens to the doctor, right?
Yes.
Everybody listens to the doctor. And then after you explain more about these two products, and
Mhm.
why this 1 million kit is what you need when you make the decision to say yes and partner with us and walk those steps, and why are these two products so important? What are the benefits? Can you explain these products, and then the ladies can share what these products are doing for them after you give us the facts
Right.
from the doctor.
Well, we could definitely stay on here for a super long time talking about this because one of the things is that these products have so many natural, so not just a couple of natural ingredients in them, but a whole bunch of them. And the benefit of that, first of all, is that you get the best of each one of them. You're not maxing out one ingredient over the other. So, and that's what happens to people. Like they're like, oh, I'm taking this, but it was working for a little while, or it worked, but it's not working now. Well, the technology that's used to extract these nutrients and make this supplementation and put all those nutrients together. So in our Elevate, I can't, but anyway, it's the green one. There it is, the green pack. So so everybody's talking about their mental clarity and what have you. I think that that's maximized by the walking, but let me tell you, we were already on the right track with our Elevate because we've got the nootropics in there. We've got reishi mushroom, shiitake mushroom, chaga mushroom. I mean, we've got bacopa. We've got guarana. We've got caffeine that's 4 times more potent than the caffeine that you're drinking in your coffee, but it's not going to make your heart jump out of your chest. It's not going to give you palpitations. It's not going to make you racing. It's not going to make you break out in a sweat. And we've got 4 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables in Whole Foods, not the store, Whole Foods as in real food. And all that's happened is that the technology has allowed us to extract these nutrients. We've got 2,000% B12. Everybody's looking for energy. We have a lot of women walking around here with anemia and they think it's only the iron, but you need the B vitamins in your body to help the iron make the cells. It's not just iron. Like iron doesn't just come together like that to do that. And I think that we missed that. But 2,000% B12, you got to have energy all over the place. And when we talk about energy, it's not just like bouncing around the place. You don't see us bouncing around. Well, some of us you do. We're not going to say call any names. But but it's about the internal energy inside of your cells, and healthier cells make a healthier body. Right. And so things happen from the inside out. This Elevate, it really, really surprised me actually when I first started taking it, that it made me feel as good as it makes me feel. And definitely combining it with that B cardio is like supercharged for sure. And I'll talk about that in a second. But the Elevate also helps you with adapting to stress. So we talked about stress. Everybody's talking about the mental benefit from the walking, but guess what? Again, we were already ahead of the game because we had our, adaptogens in here to help us adapt to stress, mood altering in a good way rather than in a negative way, right? And so this is a super powerful. It's a superfood. It is a superfood, and immunity. Your immunity is affected with this, made better. So put this together with the walking, and I told you that it increases your white blood cells, it decreases your stress hormones. So you got that going on with the Elevate. I mean, it's the best combination. And because we're taking this, that's how come we're able to do our 10,000 steps, because we get it together. Putting this together with the cocktail, you add this. Now, I went to sleep on this nitric oxide, right? Initially, I'm just going to be transparent. I said, it can't really make that much of a difference, whatever. So I was taking it haphazardly and whatever. And then I was
swearing by it.
You were talking about the cocktail, and I was like, okay, well, I didn't do that, but I wasn't doing it consistently. And then I was having cramping in my feet. And I was waking up every morning with cramping in my feet. And that was before we started doing the walking. So I said, what is going on? And I started doing that B cardio along with the Elevate. Because of the magnesium and the potassium in the B cardio, those cramps, like 3 days, no more cramps in my feet. And I was waking up with them every morning. And I haven't felt one since I started taking this consistently. So But the nitric oxide also opening up the blood vessels, relaxing in your blood vessels, better blood pressure. Even if you don't have blood pressure issues, this is a great way for you to prevent it, because it's also preventing that fat from sitting on the inside of your blood vessels and you getting atherosclerosis.
Right.
The nitric oxide does that, and it's going to help you with your blood sugar too. So it's not just blood pressure. So if you got blood pressure issues or you have that in your family, this is a way to get on prevention. Again, we're not making any medical claims, but let me just share something with you. And I know I'll stop after a minute, but I do have a testimony, because I was diagnosed with diabetes during a time that was super, super stressful. And that was my proof that stress really does flip that switch, because I was not bigger than I am now. So that wasn't the issue. And I started on the B cardio for the month and a half. After a month and a half, my hemoglobin A1C dropped by 1.3 points. That is a huge, significant in the medical world and anywhere else. That's a huge deal. And so I'm very happy to say that the cocktail works. So I have to give it up to the wellness queen. The doctor has to give it up to the wellness queen for bringing that cocktail. But you can't go wrong with this. It is a 1 million kit, and this is going to help you endure, be able to build your endurance and stamina too. That B cardio as well as the Elevate. We got the Urhim and the Yobermate in there, and then the nitric oxide. You're going to be able to do 10,000 steps in no time. And you know, you hear the ladies here, they said that initially, but it didn't last long because they were already taking their products. So they built up really, really fast, and they built their endurance and feel super, super great. So Dr.
And
Nicole,
a lot of it was mental. A lot of it
was.
Yes.
I mean, granted, anytime you go from not walking 10,000 steps a day to walking 10,000 or more steps a day, you're going to blister in your feet and your legs are going to be tired because you're using muscles that you were not accustomed to using. But clearly, after that first week, it's still, after the physical part went away, but the mental was still the toughest part. And every day, the mental is the toughest part of it all. And so, all right, ladies, what are some of the benefits that you see? Let's start with Alicia this time and go up and around. Alicia, what has happened to you since using this?
The cocktail, listen, my life is changed. I once was lost, but now I'm like for real. I was on the path of really, for real destruction, or hurting somebody, or somebody hurt me. And that Elevate, I was deep in menopause, and I'm telling you that Elevate turned it all around. Like we said, we don't make any medical claims. This is my testimony. I know this a major turnaround in my attitude, my mindset, my mood, like with the Elevate, and then with the B cardio, guys. You know, since October, I have been taking off my blood pressure meds, and then went back to the doctor this May, and my doctor looked, he's like, let me see this medicine again. This product again. I gave him the product, let him read the ingredients. He said, keep doing what you're doing. Your numbers look amazing. You don't have to, you do not have to go back to those blood pressure meds. So listen, I'm evidence that the products work. I am consistent. I can't imagine me going a day without this cocktail.
Me either. Blood pressure is stable, and guess what? Alicia is not the only one who is off all of their blood pressure meds.
No.
Okay, she's not the only one. She's one of several men and women who are off their blood pressure meds. She's one of several women whose moods are regulated. I'm telling you, and you know what I love about the 1 million kit, before we go to Dr. Dunn? What I love about this kit is that it's a 7-day supply of the B cardio and Elevate, and then you get some other goodies in this pack. But what I love about it is that you get to try it before you really commit to the 30 day, right? So now I still suggest that a person commits to the 30 days. Because I just feel like you do need to go 30 days so that you could really maximize. I mean, because you've got Mr. Chris, that was on our live last week on your presentation. 30 days after he started, he was off his blood pressure meds.
Yes.
30 days later, you know, but I do know that there are some people, because I just feel like you actually spend more when you go with the 1 million kit,
True.
doing it this way for 7 days of it versus doing the 30-day supply of it.
Right.
However, I understand that there are a lot of people who don't want to commit to the 30 days. They want to see how they're feeling, you know, what this does for them in that 7 days, which is why this is a great way to get started with the official 1 million kit. But many of us have mystery packs, which means you're not just going to get that B cardio and elevate. You're going to get so much more in
So
this
much
little
more.
pack, because we just
Yeah.
love to give. We love to give. And even Susan Mead, after 30 days, she is also off all her blood pressure meds.
Yes.
Awesome.
Woo!
Okay?
Woo-woo.
We've got people that are down 48.8 pounds, 40 pounds. I mean, Pat King lost 60 pounds.
Yes.
Wow.
In our products, and she actually just placed an order today and we shipped out. And Pat, just so you know, we added some patches in your pack, Patricia King, and we also gave you some CBD caramels because she just had knee surgery. She had to have knee surgery. And I know the caramels will also help her with pain and inflammation. And then I gave you 2 packs of the Royal Blue Tea as a gift from us, because that Royal Blue Tea will make you 2 gallons, and you'll drink, that'll last those will last 2 weeks. You can drink that also during the day. That Royal Blue Tea is going to help you to cut down that inflammation, especially since you just had surgery. So Dr. Dunn, the youngest of the bunch, she's the baby of the bunch.
So even though I notice every day that I feel good, I'm energized, I'm getting through my day, I have mental clarity. But it was one day, guys, everything was on my nerves. Like, I was just so irritated. And you could text me hi. And I was like, why did she say that? Like, it was like that. It was just so bad. I was just so irritated. And it was just kept getting worse and worse and worse throughout the day. And finally I was on the phone. I don't know if Miss Robin just had enough. I don't know. She said, did you drink your cocktail this morning? And I'm thinking, because it was a busy day, I was like, I didn't. I hurried up and made me a bottle so fast. And I drunk it. And when I say like everything just changed.
Wow.
Like, I was happy again. I liked people again. People could text me and I wouldn't like throw on my phone, so I didn't like cuss them out. You know, it was just amazing what the adaptogens, the nootropics, what that will do in this Elevate. Like, I was amazed that day.
That's awesome.
That day, for sure. Like, I was like highly irritated and nothing had happened. Nothing happened that day. And I think I missed my CBD oil the night before too. I missed my CBD oil that night. So I wake
Not
up.
a good combination.
I wake up in the morning and don't have my like, that's like, no, that's not okay. So that won't happen again. Not again.
I would come all the way back home.
I do too. Yes, I don't play no games. I got it in my purse, in my car. I don't play no games.
Yeah, so that won't happen again. And you know, I am the one, I don't have blood pressure, but everyone in my family does. And so I'm doing it for preventative measures. Like, I don't want it. You know, I don't want to take the medicine. So I'm not.
Now your mom is also using these products too, right?
Yeah, she just started the B cardio maybe a month ago. Because she was having like a real issue with her blood pressure. Like, she's been on blood pressure meds for a while. Yeah, she has lupus. She's actually a breast cancer survivor twice. So she was really like, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was a lupus flare up or what, but her blood pressure, it just spiked to like 140 something over like 90 something. And it's usually 130s over 80s. But this one was, and then one day it was like 150 something. Like, I was like, Mom, that's too high. Like, I don't know what's going on. And I said, you need to get this B cardio. Like, she wasn't drinking it. She just does the tea, the oil, the coffee, and the probiotic. the purple capsule. That's all that she uses. I say, but I'm going to bring you some B-cardio because you got to get that down. That's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for anyone, but for you, that's really not what you need to be having going on. But you know, she goes to the doctor and he ups her meds, and then all of a sudden her legs are swelling, you know, all this stuff. I was like, now, Mom, I'm not going to tell you to not take your medicine. However, I am going to say I need you to drink this and just monitor, like if your legs start to swell, like the swelling starts to go down, just don't take as much. Like you don't need to bump your medicine up anymore, you know. So she started drinking it and it went back. It actually got better than what her normal range is. And then she was able to, you know, get that back down, like the blood pressure dosage. But yeah, so it definitely works. You know, people just need to not stop being scary. You know, this is an all natural product and you scared to take this, but you don't know what that blood pressure medicine is going to do. Like things are just so different now. You don't even know if that's really blood pressure medicine anymore. I don't know. I don't want to like become the conspiracy theorists, but you just don't know anymore.
Where they getting it from?
Don't know.
Right.
People are not getting cured. People are not getting cured.
No, they're not. It's just so watered down. And it's so hard to say as a doctor, like you're supposed to be able to help them and prescribe things to help them. But I don't want to. I don't know what it is. So it's like, so anything all natural that you can do, you need to do it. And, you know, this is kind of off topic, but, you know, you're talking detoxing and I need to be careful because of my medications, but you smoke cigarettes and you drink liquor. You don't think that's not doing anything to your medication?
I got one better. A nurse told me, I got one better, y'all. A nurse told me, I gave her samples of my tea at the skating rink. And she told me that she lost 100 pounds because she was on Ozempic. And I was like, oh, congratulations. I was looking at her. I couldn't see it, but I was like, oh, okay, congratulations. And she had $32,000
come off camera
surgery as well.
Wow.
But here's what I was really concerned about. She said, yeah, I was using Ozempic sometimes twice a week because I was so addicted to the results. And then she told me the following week, because I gave her some tea to try and she loved it. She was like, yeah, I was skeptical at first. I said,
what?
You were skeptical about my natural detox tea, but you were using Ozempic twice a week, knowing you had no business as a nurse. You knew better than to use it twice a week, and you were skeptical about my all natural tea. Girl, give me my tea bag. Okay. Anyway, Cedra, skeptical.
Ozempic and tea.
Twice a day. That's crazy.
That scares me right there. I'm scared about that.
Yeah, that's nervous.
So Cedra, you're like me and Dr. Dunn. We don't have high blood pressure or anything, but we are all. She's in perimenopause. We're in menopause, right? We're in or going near it or whatever the case may be. But your dad, I mean, you got a testimony about this because of your dad.
Yes. Well, let me first say this. I'm like, I will say this, like you said, I don't have any of the high blood pressure or anything like that, but everyone in my family around me does. Okay. So, or did, let me say that because I'm going to get to some testimonies, but, so I want to make sure that I don't. So I will never go a day without because I don't even want to even think about the fact of having it. Now, this Elevate, last 2 weeks ago, I went to Philly, and let me tell you something. I forgot this, okay? I just went on an overnighter. But baby, I got to my mom's house and I said, where is your Elevate? When I did not have this, I was very edgy, okay? I'm going to tell y'all. My husband and my daughter say to me, Mom, Trey is like in the morning, he makes sure he make this. He like, Paul, this is made for me already before we go outside to walk. Because he said, honey, you need to make sure you take this every day. Okay. So it was like, Lord, I was like, I'm off. And I kept like feeling weird when I was in Philly. That I said, what is going on with me? And I said, you know what? I did not take, I felt like you that day. I didn't have my Elevate. So I was like, oh no. I got back. I said, look, I said, do y'all have any Elevate on y'all? I took it in the middle of the day because I was determined. I cannot continue through my day without this here. So listen, this I'm telling you, if you're going through menopause, because I am in menopause, okay? Do not, ladies, okay? Do not go a day without this. If you have not started it, you need to get you some. Whether you're watching any one of us, please get back and make sure you get this from us. But yes, my dad, who is 70, soon to be 78 in February, 77 years old. He and I like to say years young. He went to the doctors about 3 weeks ago now, and the doctor said to him, and he's been on blood pressure meds like mostly all of his adult life, I would say.
Wow.
And when like 50s for the last 20 years, I would say. And then so when he went, he was so excited. Okay. And my dad did have prostate cancer, and he's in remission from that. But when he went recently to the doctors, they said, Mr. Johnson, you have the blood pressure of a young person. He was like at 118 over like 70. I said, wait a minute, Dad. I said, do that. I said, what you? He said, I'm telling you, it's those products. He does not play. Okay. Sometimes that y'all heard him say on that thing, he get the names mixed up, but he know to say, make sure, daughter, you order me the green and my red. Okay. They on it. Okay. My mom calls this cardio B. She said, you know what I mean? Just get me. And she has high blood pressure, but hers has been better as well. So I'm super excited because it makes you feel good when you can have your parents like fall in love with something and they can be doing better, So I love it. I recommend everybody gets this product. You cannot go a day without it. It needs to become a part of your daily regimen, whether you're doing the steps or not. But I'm encouraging you to get to walking because I saw something on Instagram, I believe it was last week, that my daughter sent to me. If you're only moving your body 3,000 to 4,000 steps, that is not enough. That is like basically saying you just sitting still. You have to exceed that level. So be encouraged to get to walk, and you may start off slow, but do it so that you can live that longer lifestyle.
Right. Wow. This is amazing. And I just really, I get excited when someone's trying to place an order. She's doing something wrong. They do accept debit cards. She said the Afterpay don't accept debit cards.
Oh, yes, they do.
Maybe a prepaid card. It doesn't.
Is it a prepaid?
It won't let you do a prepaid.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yeah,
it's probably like Cash App or Venmo or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Can I just say what my age is since I'm the oldest one on here?
Tell anybody.
Okay, so
Well, we know.
I will be 59 years old next month.
I did not know that.
I did not know that either.
Come on, well.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
What's the date?
The 9th of November.
Okay.
Mine. Mine's
the
7th.
7th.
Huh?
She's the
7th.
Oh, is it? Okay.
7th. Yeah.
Yes. And someone was talking to me and taking some information from me the other day, and they said, "Oh, so you're 48?" Oh, I said no. I said I was 58. Just girl, you don't look 58. I'm
definitely don't look 58.
You surely
not with my
period.
My new hair, and long hair. Look at that.
Her hair is growing back, y'all. She is showing off. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the tea all the way.
Has your husband noticed how much your hair is growing?
If I show you pictures from when we were with the other company when I thought my hair was growing. Did I say that? I'm so sorry.
You did. It's okay.
She said when I thought it was growing.
But this right here,
That's the
But
truth.
it's even getting thicker because when you
it is.
came
It's
out
all
of the
filled in.
way-
It was thinning here. I mean, I have bald spots in the middle of my hair, in the middle of my head.
Wow.
Not
That is
anymore.
huge.
Not anymore.
You know what, y'all? Last night when we were at the event at Nehemiah's, when we were leaving, he was like, "Wait, I got to go out with y'all." Nehemiah, the multi-millionaire, was out in his parking area moving cars. Nehemiah
Yes.
was taking people's keys. The multi-millionaire.
Wow.
Serving.
Maybe somebody gonna hear me in a minute.
Yes.
So anyway, Nehemiah was like, "Let me go outside with y'all because somebody has y'all blocked in. Let me figure out whose car that is so we can move that car, get you out." And so when we went outside and he moved the car up so that we could get out of his out of the parking area, he came back over towards me and he was like, "I want you to know something, Nina." He said, "You look amazing." Now, Neo has known me. Remember,
Yeah.
I've known since he was a little boy. So he's known the big Nina. He's
Uh-huh.
watched the journey through network marketing, Nina, and he saw me small, thin. But my decision was I didn't want to just be thin. I want to be fit,
Yes.
right? Which is why my brand is more fit. I want to be fit, right? And that's why we're going to help the church get fit,
Oh, yes.
right? And it's all aligning. It's all aligning. And he said that, and I was like, young people are brutally honest too.
Oh, yes.
So I said, thank you. I said I see a big difference since we've been walking the 10,000 steps. And, we started this in May as well. So between this and the walking the 10,000 steps, I just believe the two are like the real perfect combination. And he was like, well, he said, keep doing what you're doing. He said, because I see a major difference. He was like, you look really good. And then even Robin Anita messaged me earlier today. It was such a beautiful message she sent me. She said, I just wanted you to know, like your hair, your body, like your skin. She's like, you just look good.
Yes.
And think about it when the next product comes out.
Before you get into that, can I just say this to you seriously?
Yeah.
From where you were, because I see you, I've seen you transfer. I see you the most in person recently than everybody. Okay, but from where you were before we started this to how you look now is extremely different. Like you were thin, yes, you lost the weight, but you didn't look fit. Like I now see your fitness coming in. Like literally, Trey and I had a conversation about it. So you could see the difference of where you are getting fit. Like you see the difference in everything. Like even Taylor says something. So just so you know, it's real.
It's showing, right? So think about people who are on a journey, and if they start this while they're losing, they don't have to be like us to wait till we lose it and then go back and now try to get fit, right?
Yes.
They will be losing and getting fit at the same time.
Yes.
And then when that next product drops, hint, hint to the hint.
Come on now.
That's going to accelerate.
Can't wait for that.
The cheat code.
It's just the cheat code, the pure cheat code for fitness.
And Ray is waiting on it too.
Yeah, I'm not saying just eat crazy and all of that. Don't do
that. That's
absolutely
what you're saying.
If you might do things in moderation, because you can still have some fun.
Yeah.
You can still, right? You just don't do it every day.
Every
But I
day.
am telling you right now, another gentleman called me today. And he just was talking to me about the fact that he was like, I'm ready to build this now. He's already been in. Him and his wife, he just got married. Him and his wife opened up a brick and mortar. They have like a spot, almost like how you lease space, not a flea market. It's indoor. I can't explain it, but it's not a suite, but it is kind of like a suite.
More
I don't know,
like open.
Open, like it's like an open, right? So they have a space. And he said, I'm ready to build it now, though. And he started talking about peptides. And I was like,
huh?
Did you know that did you know what we got get ready to come out? And he was like, what? He said, don't tell me it's peptide. He said, because let me tell you something. He said he had an injury a few years ago, and he started using peptides, and he said he healed immediately.
Wow.
Come on now.
Within days, he felt amazing, because one
Wow.
of the benefits of our new product that's coming out will
Mhm.
be we will speed up healing time.
Mhm. Yep. Yep.
Major.
Wait a minute. So you mean we gonna have this that's helping us get our physique better and helping with our, building the bone mass and all of that, and then we're gonna have that.
That's going to accelerate that. The new
Yeah.
one is going to accelerate this.
Yep.
That's gonna be
It's
amazing.
literally going to be like warp speeding the results. It's the for real cheat code.
Listen, y'all better get on board.
Right now, as they say,
Yes.
right now.
Not tomorrow, but right.
I'm just saying, for somebody that thinks like, well, I'll give it all to me. I'll take it all. Because
Yep.
whatever I can do to not be this person again,
Mm-hmm.
I know that's right.
this person
No,
again,
right.
yup, give it to me. Give it to me. Give it all to me. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen, we are excited that you chose to tune in with us this evening. And we just want you to know that it's the real deal Holyfield, for real. It's the real deal Holyfield. You're gonna get back to the person who might have shared the live with you, if it's on their page, if it's on Dr. Bramwell's page, if it's on Tetra's page, if it's on Dr. Dunn's page, if it's on Alicia's page. Please make sure you message them. Right? If you're seeing it on my page, then you know what to do, because we really just want to help you feel better, look better, and really embrace like being able to live a quality life, right?
Yes.
And what we love about our company, one of their slogans is that you can add more life to your
years.
right? We just want to ask you, why would you be average when you can be epic? And we feel epic. We're looking epic. We sell results for real, and our clients, our business partners, if they're using the products and if they're using them consistently, they are experiencing results, from the smallest of us to the largest of us.
Right.
Because even Sally, who is probably the smallest of us all, is actually building a lot of muscle tone using this. She's not on any depression meds or anything like that, anything for anxiety after losing her son. And she swears by the Elevate. She uses the form. No, actually, I think now she is using this form because I believe she's doing the cocktail now. I
Yes.
believe she's doing this now.
Mhm.
But she swears by it. It is the thing that brought her out of that dark place that she was in after the loss of her son. And I believe this is 2 years. This
Yeah.
December.
December will be 2 years.
Wow.
Year. And she's doing amazing. She's doing amazing. Grieving gracefully. And so many of our business partners who have gone through grief and are going through it. Sean Tyrone Bell, who is still able to walk his 10,000 steps or more.
Yes.
He just lost it. He just celebrated the life of his mom last Saturday. We were in Philadelphia for that, and he's using this combination. So if you don't think it's real, and the mental clarity and focus that you get from this as well, we are all using this capsule as well.
Yes,
If
we
you're
are.
tired of products that don't work, and you know that you can't do it by yourself, because if you could do it by yourself, you would have done it already, right? And that's not a slash or a slay or a slander.
Mhm.
I needed help, okay, which is why I needed help. I still detox. We all still detox.
Yes.
Now the amount of times that we have to detox has changed based on where we're at. If you're in maintenance, you don't need to detox every day, right?
Right.
But if you're still in losing, then you still need to detox every day, okay?
Yes.
But I still detox at least 3 times a week, at least.
Me too. Me too.
And believe it or not, as the cold and flu season comes in, I'll probably detox 5 days a week.
Need to
Right?
ramp it up.
And I'm getting my body rid. I don't want any mucus stuck in my body. I want it all releasing and coming out. And so we're glad that you joined us this evening. You heard the many testimonies. You heard the doctors explain why this 1 million kit is so vitally important to your health and your wellness and your life in in totality, why walking is important, and why we want you to join the 1 million mission. All right, and walk with us 10K steps a day. Purchase your 1 million pack, or go ahead and go for the gusto and ask for the 30-day supply. What you will need to do, and you can use Afterpay, which is super, super cool, right? That you can use Afterpay, and you are able to that's a flex pay, so you don't have to pay all of it up front. All right, and join the mission, join the movement. We love you guys. God loves you. We love you, and there's absolutely nothing you could do about it. Good night, and God bless you all.